creating wealth, freedom, and security using real estate investing. This is Get Real Wealthy. This is part 6 of our series for young adults. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about 4 things I wish I spent more time doing when I was a young adult. All right, let's go. So the first one that I wanted to talk about was taking more risks and failing more. I think I was afraid of taking risks because I was fearful of failing. And as a young adult, that is the best time to take risks. Business risks, social risks, because it's okay to fail. I think we've created this culture where failure because of schoolwork means that you're a failure in life. And that's wrong. You can, in fact, you should focus on your strengths, not focus on your weaknesses. I think school makes us focus on our weaknesses, which is fine. You want to improve, but you need to focus on your strengths and what you're doing well. And sometimes when you're looking at, for example, business risks, I did a lot of different things when I was a teenager. I ran a landscape business. I was mowing lawns for people. So I was mowing lawns, I was cleaning up the back of people's houses, putting garbage out, leaves out, and it was a way for me to create income for myself. And what I did was I basically flyered my neighborhood, and I would come in and people would hire me, and I would do labor. And what I found out by doing that is that I was just working for myself, okay? But I did not create a business. It wasn't a business. My cousin, who was a little different from me, he hired other people to do the work, and he had a business. He's the same age as me, and he continued to grow that business. Then he took on work for other companies like landscape work and digging work and other types of work. So he was able to create a whole business out of it, whereas I really had a job, okay? But, I didn't learn that until I started to do it, right? I took on different jobs. So, it's okay to try different jobs and quit. I used to sell duct cleaning by phone. Yes, it was me. I was given a phone book and I was told, this is the script you're going to use. Call all of these phone numbers. And I would spend time calling phone numbers and selling duct cleaning services. And we had a goal of, spell a particular word and then you get a bonus at the end of the day. I tried that for about a week and I was out of there. Even when I was 12, I had 3 different paper routes, right? And I had that for a long time. And that was something that I stuck to for a long time. It was a job that I was doing, and I would collect money for, as I delivered papers. What else did I do? I was a blackjack dealer. In high school and at the beginning of university, I did a little bit of blackjack dealing. And it was a way for me I was trained to be a blackjack dealer at the CNE, and then I would do charity casinos and I had some fun learning about that and the type of people that I was interacting with. I was a dishwasher when I was 12. I used to wash dishes at the back of a restaurant and I got to interact with different types of people and get to see different things. I was a busboy at a hotel, the Prince Hotel over at York Mills and Don Mills. And I would interact with the people at the back of the hotel and then some of the guests. Sometimes we ran into stars. Like I ran into Alex Van Halen when I was a busboy and, different things like that. So all of those experiences, some of them I took on for a long period of time. Others I only took on for a short period of time, but I always tried them. And I wish I did more of that. I wish I had tried more of those things because I think that they can really help you to explore what it is that you like and what it is that you don't like. The other, and those are more job related risks, but I would have taken on more of those business risks, like trying the landscaping business or trying other types of business. I probably would have gone back and got a realtor license and tried to create a home selling business if it was something, and learn all about selling. I think selling is one of the most important pieces that people forget. That is necessary. Anything to do with selling, I would recommend that you get exposure to. That, calling, and trying to sell people duct cleaning, it was definitely something that was different and not great, but it was me learning about selling. I would suggest you also take social risks. It's important that you go out and do things differently than what you've done before, because you don't know what you're going to like and what you're going to not like. And failure is okay. What's the worst somebody's going to say to you is no. Go ask the boy out. Go ask the girl out. What's the worst thing they're going to say to you? No. There's no, you may think it's some sort of social risk. It's not. Okay? Ready, fire, aim. That's the way to do it. Get ready, go out and do it, and then figure it out afterwards. Aim. All right? So that's the first thing I would have done differently as a young adult. All right. The second thing I would have done differently as a young adult is I would have spent more time learning after school was done on business topics. I would have read more books, I would have found more mentors, and I would have listened to, at that time it would have been more audiobooks, but today it would be podcasts, and find other people who were moving in the same direction as me. I didn't realize that there were so many meetups or groups or online communities that were out there that can help you to continue to learn. Okay, you must continue to learn after school is done, or you're going to be stuck in one position. The only way to get out of that one position is to go out and learn. But there's a second point to that learning piece, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit later. But keep that in mind. Learning and continuing to learn is more important. Okay? The third thing I wish I spent more time doing was traveling independently. It's a different type of reflection here, but some of the best experiences I had as a young adult was traveling. I traveled with my friends, but one experience that I had that was really amazing is at the end of high school, I went to Europe and I traveled for about 2 months. 1 month I went with a group of friends. The other month I went by myself. And traveling by yourself can be really challenging. It's really tough because you're forced to act and interact with other people. You're forced to talk and to meet people. And you need to come out of your shell to be able to do that. But it also gives you a greater sense of independence. Whether you're a guy or a girl, doesn't matter. You can do this. You can find other people who are traveling independently. You can move with groups of people and then come out and travel independently as well. Okay, something I wish that I did more of, and I encourage other people to do. It creates that sense of independence. The fourth thing, and it's related to the second thing I mentioned, is analysis paralysis is real. You need to learn, as I mentioned at the beginning, but you must apply what you learn. Don't get stuck in learning, okay? Learning is important. It helps you to take your mind from one place to another, but then you must apply what you learn as fast as you can. Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. Do not get stuck in the learn phase. Oftentimes I would be reading, and this is later on in life, and until I applied what I read, that's when I actually grew in a new direction or did something different, okay? When I went from buying one house to buying an apartment building, it was a big change. Learning about it was part of the process, but going and doing was even more important, okay? So, the first one, take risks and fail. It's okay, especially as a young adult. That is the time to do it. Number 2, continue to learn even after school is done. Number 3, travel more and travel independently if you can. And 4, remember, analysis paralysis is real. Apply and then learn. All right, I hope you've got a couple of ideas out of this episode. I want you, for homework here, is to reflect on those 4 things and see if you can plan one area in each of those 4 things that I mentioned for you to do. Have a great one, everyone. This is Get Real Wealthy. Check me out on getrealwealthy.com, and we'll see you on the next episode. Have a good one. Make sure to check out getrealwealthy.com. Until next time, I'm Quentin D'Souza. Get out there and take action. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are provided for information purposes only and should not be construed as an offer to buy or sell any securities or to make or consider any investment or course of action. For more information, go to getrealwealthy.com.